Hey guys, welcome back to the corner. How's everybody doing out there? Mummering Kid. We're gonna do Bennett Bros are here again, as promised. For what is this, episode 13 for our
episode 14.
Yeah, episode 14. Sorry, season 4 actually.
So 14 of season 4.
Oh, I got an echo. We got an echo. All right. So guys, what are we gonna talk about? Well, me and Malcolm were this weekend we were listening to some of Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast. We're still playing a little bit of a catch up on a lot of his podcasts, and listened to a little bit of JR's podcast. Still catching up on Jericho's, but those are mainly the 3 podcasts that I listen to. And of course, we were still talking. We were still talking about, guys. We were still talking about the live podcast with Steve Austin at the end, especially the end. And at that point, Paul Heyman started to try to get Steve to admit, could we get a Brock Lesnar Steve Austin match at WrestleMania? And Steve has said once again what he's always said about coming back for another match. The stars got to align and everything like that. But he kept pushing it. And then almost literally Steve Austin went from the Steve that we know now to Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then that intimidating factor came out. And you just giving him this, that look that Steve gives you. And it's just when you look into his eyes, it's just it's intimidating. Oh God.
For some reason, I think it's got more intimidating the older he's got.
Yeah. So we started thinking about it, and then I said right off the bat, I was like, hey, what if we do a topic on the corner about the most legitimately intimidating wrestlers? Now, we're not talking about in character. We're just talking about if you were to see them in person, that would be a little intimidating. You would get this factor of can I come up to this person and just talk to them and be like, hey, how you doing, sir? Or how you doing, ma'am? Or something like that? Or is it just you're a little bit intimidated, okay, I'm not sure if I want to talk to this person.
Oh!
So we decided to bring this up, and yeah. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
When you refer to somebody as legitimately intimidating, it's okay, they're playing their on-screen character, but no, you have a legitimate fear of them too. For instance, just an example, I bet you there were people that were legitimately intimidating. Legitimately intimidated by Dolph Lundgren with his Dragon character. Whoa! And I know this guy was very legitimately intimidated by Mr. T when he was Clubber Lang.
Yeah, it was.
And just like how people were legitimately intimidated by Ice Cube when he was part of NWA, because he always looked angry.
I'm a prime
You ever seen, to this day, Ice Cube still has one of the most meanest face. When his mean face is still potent. It's still effective. He's now become a family guy and everything, but
ain't no gangster no
more. Still, his angry face, whoa. You guys got those thick eyebrows.
They kind of got a curvature.
Because of 3D.
Oh, they just did the 3D.
Yes. And they told me they were doing that. They started doing it in the Philly house shows. It's not a fair.
Why are you gonna come up when? Yeah. That was dumb. Oh, that was a bad one. They're gonna go out there.
Give him a money.
Tick tock. Tick tock. Tick tock. The time to pay for your sins is coming.
Who are you talking about?
The judgment is waiting at your door.
Who are you talking about?
It's okay to be afraid. You should be.
Who are you talking about?
They're talking to you.
They talking to me.
Look black. Look black.
Anyway, guys, yeah, you know, there are a lot of wrestlers. Now, I've met a few wrestlers in my life that I really wanted to meet, and I did get to meet them, and I had a lot of fun meeting them. You know, I got to shake Bret Hart's hand. He gave me his shades back in the day.
Unfortunately, you don't have any evidence.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any evidence more because one day our father stepped on him and broke him. Yeah, that sucked. Gave it to him back in 1992, Madison Square Garden. I'll never forget it. But unfortunately, I can't show that. I've met Tatanka in person, very nice guy. I've met Lex Luger, very nice guy. I wanted to meet. I've never met Stone Cold, and I've never met The Rock. Two guys I've always wanted to meet. And I even wanted to meet the man himself, the Undertaker, Mr. Mark Calloway, a guy that I share birthdays with. However, I will say right off the bat, that is my one pick right there, who I feel is almost a legitimately intimidating guy. Like, looking at him, there are times it's just like I'm a little scared of this guy. Like, okay, is he okay to talk to? Because we never really get to see him outside of. There's only certain like appearances he make where, you know, people see him. Even in pictures where people do get pictures with him, he looks intimidating. It's like, oh my God, like, does he smile? Like, oh God, like, that's the guy right there I could say right at the bat is intimidating. Got another one?
No, go on with Undertaker.
Okay, yeah, keep going.
With Undertaker.
Keep following up.
First saw Undertaker as a kid. He was the Ministry of Darkness Taker. And till this day, I'll always say that was the most intimidating to me Undertaker ever was in his career. That it got to the point where it started to question, was this real? You know, was he just playing a character? It really bordered the lines of, you know, realism and fantasy. Then fast forward years later. Fast forward years when he's Big Evil Undertaker or Underbiker, as some people refer to. And there are moments, for instance, you know, if you want proof, go look up the No Mercy 2003 promo for him versus Brock Lesnar and the Biker Chainman. And there's a part where
Who is that?
And well, that's Mr. Anderson.
Oh. Sure, look like him.
And there is a certain moment where he grabs Brock Lesnar by the throat and he's screaming in his face. And I remember initially the YouTube versions of it, it was a comment where a person was like, if that was me, I would have just been telling Undertaker and just choke slamming. I don't need to yell in my face like that. That's pretty intimidating. And even I'm saying too, if that was me, I'd probably have, you know, peeking throughout whatnot. Just do it, man. It's just like, I don't need you scolding in my face. It's pretty intimidating. And you put in the fact, Undertaker is close to 7 feet tall. So, and he's got a pretty intimidating face. mean, another example. I think it's at Royal Rumble 2007, or it's it's at Royal Rumble 2007, and it was a big moment for Undertaker. The first time ever in his career he won the Royal Rumble match. And it's still one of the best endings, in my opinion, of a Royal Rumble with him and Shawn Michaels. And after the match, he kneels down, he does his pose. And I think about like for 5 seconds, he's staring directly at the camera. And to this day, I'm still like, man, you guys back up from him. And he's just staring directly. And don't forget, the lighting doesn't help either, because it's that dark purple. And you just see his eyes, and it's like, man, this is really freaking me out. It's kind of scary. So yeah, Undertaker is one of those guys who's supposed to be intimidating. This character's supposed to be intimidating, and yeah, it really does his job, because there are moments where, yeah, I find him to be legitimately intimidating.
Let's see who's here so far, or anybody answer, give their thoughts. Let's see. Okay, Jared. And I know somebody else. I think I saw somebody else.
Jay Flow.
Hey guys. Hi Jared.
That boy Jay Flow.
Jay Flow.
Hello, partner hunter.
JB Smooth.
Okay. Jared, you say, let's see. We'll kind of give you our thoughts on your answers. Come on. I would say Goldberg and Brock are two big ones.
See, I was going to get to Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Yes, it is. But I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. I didn't want to really jump ahead, because I knew instantly, because you look at their physiques and everything, instantly, okay, Brock Lesnar, pretty legitimately intimidating guy, especially Goldberg. Yeah, but I was gonna go with, for my first pick, I was gonna go with, and see, you might find it surprising, because like, okay, I get Wrestling Machine, but Kurt Angle.
Oh boy, yeah,
Kurt freaking Angle. And I think there are two most time I like to do 3, but there are 2 reasons for why I find Kurt Angle to be legitimately intimidating. Let me do Shaq. Number 1, the guy could legitimately tie you into knots that you never into positions your body were not designed to be in, because of his years of wrestling, in the Olympics, and even freestyle, Greco-Roman, all that kind of stuff. So you wouldn't want to legitimately get into a fight with Kurt Angle. He's one of the guys you would not want to legitimately get into a fight. And then B, his freaking intense stare that he found later in his career, and still scares me. You ever seen? I'll call it the serial killer stare, because there are moments. It's really started. Crane really started to gain it when he started to really adopt that wrestling machine, persona. And there's no Krangle. He just staring, and make it work. And to make it worse, there's always this stream of sweat that comes down, and it's almost like the look like I'm about to kill you right now. And then the most ones that I'm like, yo, get the camera away from this guy, was in TNA. It was during the Main Event Mafia days. And you can look it up on YouTube too, because TNA always posts up some past stuff that happened on Impact. That's what I like about TNA, their YouTube. So like you probably think of a moment from TNA that happened on Impact, you probably look it up and find it. But one time the Main Event Mafia is beating up Bubba Ray / Bully backstage. And after they're done beating him up, you just got Kurt Angle just standing there while walking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, then the camera cuts to going back to Bully. And they cut back to Correct, and he's still. I'm like, man, stop staring at the camera like that. Even Jay. See, Kurt can look crazy, can look so crazy sometimes. Then there was another example.
I know there's somebody else here. I'm going to the
once
joint.
again TNA. There was and if Sly Cooper, you know, our good friend Steve J, he would bring it up because he was like, yo, I never want to see Krangle's face that up close ever again. There was one where he was coming from TNA, and TNA, I think it was on Bobby Roode. And he Tom Brady. And he got directly into the camera where it like everything like, you couldn't even see past them, and that's when it's the worst up close thing when you can't.
See, I knew John was there.
When you can't see past the person, their face is just blocking everything. It's some game over screen, and it's like Krangle, like Bobby Roode, and I'm like everything is black around. It's like. And I remember she's like, yo, look at that crow nest face, man. It's intimidating. So
Okay.
Kurt Angle is my first pick for, you know, legitimately intimidating guys for two simple reasons. The guy you legitimately want to get into a fight with, and B, yeah, his intent there is legit.
All right. Let me answer this question by John Netherton. He says, hey, guys, would you be intimidated by China?
No, hold on.
Would I be intimidated by China?
Back in the day,
yeah.
I mean, because throughout the years, she lost that like real legit angry face.
Yeah.
But even when she first was with Hunter and Sean, and then when she got like all the cosmetic, she still can pull up that angry look. But now, I'm not being mean at all, but now that she's got more weight in her face, like, so, you know, like the legit angry face, I guess, is gone. But before then, like, you know, from her debut to, you know, when she left in 2001, yeah, I'd be legitimately intimidated by China.
All right, so I'll answer the next one, John. Soon. Let me get back to it. Okay, my number 2. Say what you want, Ken Shamrock.
Say what you want.
Yeah,
Say what you want. There's nothing wrong being intimidated by Ken Shamrock.
Yeah, Ken definitely. Who's scared of who? Xavier Woods, my ass. Get out of here. Ken Shamrock definitely is one of those guys that I would be legitimately intimidated. Intimidated by. I mean, yo, just that alone. Yeah. Did you see? Yo, this guy. We're not just talking about him ring wise. Just personally, he would be intimidating to me.
When he snapped out, it came across legit.
Yeah, like legit.
Yo. Like it's like how did ride back to like he looked like the type that you just say
the wrong word.
Say the wrong thing, and it might not even be intentionally, but like you just snap out on you.
I mean, I love where people were saying he'll come down the ring, he'll go upside the ring, and then he cracks himself, and it's like. And then I think it was Santino.
Yeah.
If he's willing to do that to himself,
what's he gonna do to me?
Exactly. So I will say, literally, like, and in this, I remember that promo he cut before his match with The Rock for IC title back at WrestleMania 14 is where he literally is talking to us, and he's not even
looking directly
blinking, and he's like, "When you step in the ring with me, Rocky." And you step into my zone, I will be. And it's just like, this guy is like, yeah, it's like, dude, get the camera away from him, please.
You know, like, the funny and that promo, that was when I ever saw that promo when I was on the countdown. They had the most infamous IC. I'm thinking, why does Ken Shamrock's face look like
man,
like as if he was like molded out like a Mount Rushmore and he's just talking to you like is that a Mount Rushmore face? Because that's how stone face he looked. It's like, yo, and like back away. Oh.
So yeah, Ken Shamrock makes mine is on my list as well. On my list. John, you say
I used to be scared of Kane when he first took off his mask. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Look.
Yeah.
Let's. Okay. Yeah. The moment when Kane first turned off, I'm not gonna lie. That was one of those. Holy sh! What is that? Because like, what's that black stuff?
Look out!
Look out!
Hell, that was a bad one. All right, go ahead.
And it was one of those. What the hell? Because all y'all that black stuff on his face,
right.
and it's like, what the hell? And
his hair.
And it's like when you see his hair fall, I'm like, what? Next thing you know, Jim, I saw that. Like you even got kicked. What the hell is that? Yeah. And you got RVD sitting there. Like, what the? So, yeah, I mean, like, and I remember, like, I think a week after, RVD, I think he tried to avenge Kane, by having a match with Triple H. I think it was like some Falls County where some no disqualification match. Cody's fake, and they got away.
That's the guy.
What guy?
That was out there with the Stone Cold.
No, he was out there with Ambrose.
Yeah,
and they went up to like the stage and then I think Eric Bischoff came out for whatever reason. And then Kane comes out and he chokes on Eric Bischoff off the center table. And Raw just ends with a close-up shot of just Kane.
His eyes just
and shit. And I'm like, what the hell is you doing? What the hell are you doing getting that close with his face for? So, yeah, I mean, like, the initial moments when Kane had his mask off, like just his face, and don't forget he had, that contact eye.
Yeah, the contact eye. Yeah,
it was pretty legitimately intimidating.
Yeah, that was legitimately intimidating.
For me,
wait, hold on. Let me see who else wrote anything. Let me see. Where is it? Let's see what else we got here. Let me see. Can't believe it's this Sunday already. God damn. That's ridiculous.
This May Colonel Sanders. For $5, you can fill up your
Colonel Sanders, bro.
Colonel Sanders.
It's tender, it's juicy, it's delicious. Chicken tenders, taters, and gravy. I throw in a biscuit and a big old cookie.
How big is that cookie? Hey Nathan, how you doing? Let's see.
Hey Nathan.
Let's see.
So,
Sid Vicious, if he didn't speak, was intimidating.
I was actually going to bring up Sid.
Yeah, we were going to bring up Sid. Sid would be
one of us was going to bring up Sid.
One of us would have brought up Sid. Sid, definitely, I will agree, was kind of an intimidating guy. Even that's what I'm saying. I've never had a friend that actually met him in person, but I can definitely agree with a lot of people saying, yo, this guy probably is like, he looks like almost like he lived up to that name, like Psycho Sid. It's like, yo, what is with this guy? What is wrong with this guy? Like, if he didn't speak, yeah, maybe the mystique would be even worse. Because once he started speaking, you know what? We got to do that again. No, we're live, buddy. Yeah. I will show them half the man, and you are, and I have half the brains.
No, explain. I have the brand that you do.
That you do.
It's like, oh,
Okay.
oh.
So yeah, I'll admit it. Yeah, he said would have been up there, but I kind of took that one away.
It's like, oh man. Now this is a case of, you know, looking back. Oh no, they're not even a case of looking back. Number two.
Number two.
Tazz. Woo! The suplex machine.
Tazz, yes,
ECW Tazz.
definitely will.
I look back. I mean, I see past stuff to Tazz, and remember when I first saw Tazz, he was already. No, I saw his debut in WWE. That was my first time. That was my introduction to Tazz. So, but I still got a sense of the guys. He looks legitimately fierce.
Right.
But seeing him in ECW, I guess you can say like in his prime, and you see this guy. The human super league Tazz. Just like
Yeah,
whoa.
Tazz. I love Tazz. I love Tazz. Period. But when he was the guy that I watched for on ECW, when I had to watch it late, Tazz definitely was up there. That was the guy he used to intimidate. I'm like, yo, when this guy used to say, I'm like, yo, okay, he's dead serious about it.
Yeah, man, those threats came across legit, and you see how hard hitting he was, and it's like if you're small, if you think because he's small, and then when you see how easily he can suplex guys bigger than him, that even enhances the reason to be intimidated by. Like, oh shoot, he can suplex people taller than him like it's nothing, like that freaking paper, and he can knock the crap out of you with a clothesline. You ever seen a Tazz clothesline? Where you put somebody off the rope and what pop? Oh well, you said you want to know if Barrett wanted some like retribution.
I guess I don't care.
So Tazz, so Tazz is one of those legitimately intimidating guys.
All right. Another intimidating guy for me would have to be somebody kind of going way back for me in terms of young is Big Van Vader. Yeah, this guy Van Vader from the Rockies himself, was a very intimidating guy to me. And I had a friend that actually I had a coworker once that actually met him, and he told me like he was a little scared to come up and say, hey, you're Big Van Vader, like, but when he did, he said he's one of the most sweetest guys you'll ever meet. He's just very.
Sorry. You ever heard like Vader talk when he's not in character? He had like one of the most kindest voices.
Yeah, he's like one of the most sweetest guys. He's very articulate, very intelligent, smart, and he's just one of those guys. You just like you look at it, you're like you gotta do it. Like, whoa, like this big guy, and you hear him talking. It's like, how you doing? It's like a little high pitched like voice. But when you see him in the ring, this guy comes off stiff, like bruh, and like you just get out of the corner. Like don't even try to cover up and try to block.
Most of Vader's matches resembled like going against like Mike Tyson or Joe Frazier. They got you in the corner. Yeah. That's when it really resembled a boxing man. He got you going, man. The first time biting, like, oh crap, man.
I mean, just him, this little wow, he just smacked you and is down. And then of course, let's not forget, it was he who in the match with Mick Foley where in Munich, Germany, where Mick lost his ear. And you should hear him talk about it. He's like, I did not know it was so.
Man, he laughed.
And he's laughing about it. I'm like, yo, this is kind of scary. Like, okay, this guy is intimidating. Like, but like I said, you would never picture you picture this guy being so big, and that kind of gives off the impression of big, tall wrestlers in the industry. Is like, you don't know if they're gonna be very intimidating or, you know. I had another coworker who was like that with Big Show. Said the same thing. I was really nervous about going up to this guy. And it's like, I don't know if this guy gonna like, get out with me or something like that. But he literally was like, "How you doing? My name's Paul." You know, he was just really nice and calm about it. Had another former coworker tell me, he met what's his name? Oh damn!
Oh! Woo!
What is his name? I had a former coworker named John. He's older than me though. He met one of Mick's favorite wrestlers. Mick, damn it, what's his name? No, not Terry Funk. Who had a big rivalry with what's his name? Sheik.
Are you saying he met Abdul the Butcher?
Yeah, no, not Abdul. What was the other wild?
Mad Dog Vachon?
Yeah, there we go. He met Mad Dog Vachon and told bald head Luna Vachon's uncle.
I think.
Yeah, he is related to Luna Vachon, but he met him.
Wait a minute. Oh!
And he said totally legitimately, oh man, that he was nervous as hell. Like he saw him in a I think he said I was in a like a butcher, a butchery, and Mad Dog Vachon walked in, and he saw him, and he walked up, and he was like, "Hey, you're Mad Dog Vachon," and Mad Dog, he said Mad Dog was looking at the beef section, and he was just looking at it really like intense. You know what it? You know Mad Dog's face, like, and he said, he told me, he said, man, Chris, I walked up to this guy and I was nervous as hell. You could see baloney, you know, sweat marks coming down my side of my face, and I'm like, oh God, like I don't know if I'm. And he walked up, and he said, Mad Dog Vachon, how you doing, sir? And Mad Dog turned around, looked at him, and said, how you doing? Like just shook his hand, like really, like a perk, like, you know, you would. But he said I was really, and he said Mad Dog was laughing at him. He's like, you kind of nervous to talk to me. He's like, and I'll never forget that. It was a guy I used to work with when I was working for UPS. He told me about it because he knew I was a big wrestling fan, and he told me about that. He's like, yeah, you know, I met a few wrestlers back in my time. He's like, you ever heard of Mad Dog Vachon? And I was like, yeah, I know who that is. He's like, yeah, I met him one time. I was like, so he's another one up there. I will definitely. So yeah, I understand that, but yeah, Vader is up there.
Doesn't also the fear of seeing him flip in the air on you for a moonsault.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see.
Yes.
I'm still having a hard time buying Kofi as a heel anyway.
Kofi as a heel, I
don't even think he's really like adjusting.
But
to
you know, what's the name? It likes it, but I'm like, yeah, but Steve, it's not okay. Jerry, you said when Bret Hart got angry, he was pretty intimidating.
Man, don't be around me, get snuffed in your face like that.
Yeah.
All right, you know, okay, you know, speaking of like getting angry, what M.V.K was getting angry is when when he turned heel in 2005. No, this probably really wants to make.
Yeah, I want to see this. I want to see it though.
So my number 3, it comes from, this is about I first experienced it, was when he turned heel in 2005. And man, And I was just watching him like on Facebook. You know, it was his last match that they showed, and that's the late Eddie Guerrero. My freaking God.
Yeah.
You want to talk about somebody that if they want to be intimidating, they can really creep you out.
Eddie.
It's Eddie Guerrero. I mean, you know, Mr. Lachien still, you know, got one of the most, you know, brightest smiles you can ever see. But then 2005 rolled around, and he turns on Ray, and he comes out just
Yeah.
and just staring at people. Like on Facebook.
That's all right.
And it's like, yo. And you know, you got when he cut that promo, we were just holding Ray's mask. And it's like you know, he's like, you know, he wanted a fight. I gave him a fight. Yeah. And then, no, do you think that makes me happy? I'm like, oh, what the hell? Then, and they used it on I think what countdown it was. I think it was huh? Oh, I don't know. I think it was on the heels. And it showed a little bit like a little excerpt of when Eddie, that same promo, and he's all close to the camera. He's all close to the camera. He's like, look at me when I'm talking. It's like, yo, right then when he's like, I have my blood, I have your blood on my hand. If you come, you know, you're scheduled to come at Judgment Day. I advise against it. I'm like, get out of the camera. And then, you know, I have my blood on my hand. If you show up at Judgment Day, I have your life. And I'm like, yo, that was really creepy and intimidating. So Eddie Guerrero, in that 2000, before his gimmick became more of like a dark comical gimmick, where he started telling like those Eddie stories and everything.
What you could see like just a chunk of meat.
But when he first turned heel on Ray, and it was like this almost cold, sociopathic like character, it was legitimately intimidating. It's like, yo, to me, I know people always use it when Cena gets really serious. Who can be legitimately intimidated when Cena gets the real monkey face and it's got the Stanley Kubrick stare. Yeah. So it's like, you know, they almost like use with Cena. We've never seen this side of Cena. When it was Eddie, I could legitimately say I never saw that side of Guerrero. I didn't know that side existed.
I've seen it. I've seen a degree of it
in WCW,
but
it was never
when he came over to WWE with that, it got turned up because he was on some like serial killer like mentality. So I could definitely agree with that. Yeah, I've seen it, but it got turned up to the 10th power.
It became sociopath status. I mean, that's SOS. Oh, they got her. Oh,
they're gonna spot. There should be no problem.
The double clutch.
Oh. Let's see. I don't know why Johns are coming out. I don't see them. They're coming out like spammed, but all right. John, you said another one is Bobby Lashley. I'm sorry, probably misspelled his name. Actually, you spelled it right.
Yeah. You actually spelled Lashley.
Right.
No, the funny thing is, people more misspell Lesnar wrong.
Yeah, Lesnar.
They most not put L-E-S.
Lashley, to me, his eyes definitely can be
it's
very
his eyes that I
when he gets serious, and he's just, I was like, I'm like, yo, this guy, definitely, I agree. His eyes really play a factor. I mean, he's another one of those guys, you know, you look at, you know, he's big, you know, you're like, okay, a little intimidating, but
the tight,
hold it tight. Look at him.
Pulling Kofi.
He's holding, you know, he's holding. But then you also see him, you know, he's very soft-spoken.
Oh my God! You know, it's the soft-spoken warrior. They even add that to his
soft-spoken warrior. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think there was no need for a spear.
Stupid. But anyway, yeah, I can agree, John. You know, Lashley can be a little legitimate, intimidating guy. You know, you look at him, and like I said, his eyes play a big factor.
You know what I found legitimately intimidating with Lashley? And okay, I know. Oh, and I know it's Vince McMahon, but you got WrestleMania 23, which by the way is a good WrestleMania. And when Vince McMahon, after losing the battle of the billionaires, he had to get his head shaved, and he tries to escape, and they pointed out to Bobby like, "Hey, look, when Bobby goes to chase him, it doesn't even look like Bobby Moran at his face. It's like shoot, and like that was kind of scary. Like, yo, he got up to that quick." Probably for Dean.
Yeah, for Dean. So Dean, I'm trying to answer your question, John, because like you're coming up for some reason
Like
delayed or something. I can't. Okay, Matt Morgan.
See,
Yeah,
for
you want to
me-
answer this? Yeah.
for me, I bet you you wouldn't want to piss off Matt Morgan, but in terms of like his stuff in TNA, I never found him to be legitimately intimidating because because initially his botches used to make me laugh, and then when his last TNA run, when he gained that freaking as I called it, the Smokey the Bear look,
Yeah.
I used to just laugh at that, like, and then when he freaking stole
became a
he
thief
stole Hulk Hogan's memorabilia
from Rocky.
like on public. I'm like, I just had to laugh at
Yeah,
that.
like
and then when he started talking in third person,
Yeah, when
I'm
he
like-
started,
I'm like, you're just taking away everything that could be intimidating
Yeah.
about this guy.
I will admit, yes. When he started, literally, I'm like, so what,
You're
Matt?
Venom.
You got the symbiote in you
You're-
now,
you're-
like so.
you're Brock.
You're
Eddie Brock.
You're Eddie Brock now. I'm like, it just made me like I can't accept this. Is not even when he was in WWE, I was just like, at
He was doing
first,
when he
I
first
was-
came, when he was with Nathan
yeah,
Jones,
I
and
was
Brock
like,
Lesnar,
all right, this guy is a little intimidating. But then when he started doing that stuttering, I'm like, yeah, that's you ended it, you know. So I was even intimidated. I was more intimidated by Nathan Jones than him, and I'm not gonna lie, Nathan Jones was intimidating to me. But I maybe he was intimidating to you, John, and I respect that. That's fine, you know. But to me, you know, he just didn't come off intimidating. Yes, he's a big guy, and that's going to be a little bit intimidating factor. But they really watered his legitimacy of being an intimidating factor. Malcolm just went into detail about it, you know, saying like, yeah, you know, they started doing this and doing that, and you know, like.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find when he had the, like I said, the Smokey the Bear look to be intimidating. I'm just looking at his beard and I'm like, he looked like Smokey the Bear's cousin, man. I'm like, but still, I don't think he's a guy you want to legitimately piss off. There's actually a video on Botchamania where I think Matt Morgan, he's in an independent show and somebody pisses him off. Oh shoot, is that Josh Foxworthy?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God, I haven't seen him in a long while. And the guy pisses him off and he tries to run away. And the only thing Matt Morgan does is just shoves him once and the guy goes down flat on his face. I'm like, oh shoot. So I wouldn't want to piss off Matt Morgan, especially me being the 5 foot range, him being 7 feet tall.
Yeah,
So,
you know, I can agree because, like I said, I'm as tall as Wolverine, the real Wolverine, 5'3". So I wouldn't really want to piss off any guy taller than me, let alone 2 feet taller than me, or 3 feet.
Piss off Nash, or you take that chance because you was like,
I could take Nash. I'll kick him right in his kneecaps right now. Like, yeah, I know your weakness, dude. Like, You want me to crumble you? Yeah. Oh, yeah, not just nothing like that. But let me see who else. I saw some other stuff. Before we move on to my next guy. Now I understand. I'm speaking of growing up watching The Undertaker and using the dead man saying rest in peace all the time. As a kid, I used to, but when he became the American Badass,
You just stop.
yeah, that was it. Okay. Let's see. Somebody else who I could say was legitimate. See, I want to leave out all the Samoans because those are guys like, yeah, those look kind of legitimate. Okay. I'll leave out all the Samoans.
So you found Manu to me.
No, Manu, hell no.
You got that list messed up.
What's best for me? You know what's best for me? Why don't you clean your desk? Walk yourself over to Lewis.
Let's see.
Oh my God, I don't believe this is really happening.
So how long did you think you could keep that glow a secret?
There's a reason that you didn't tell me about this.
You've dropped the ball twice in the last 2 days.
I got Dave partner. I got Tom. And I went.
Let's see. Let's see.
Stand up. Be proud.
Let me guess. He's gonna be at SummerSlam.
And now we'll clean your back. Give it up for M.V.K. M.V.K. guest stars on Raw live next Monday.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of someone else. Another one. Hell no.
No, that's a guy who, even when he tries to be a turn, it's like, just stop it. Is that a Bobby?
A lot of New Yorkers. I think I'll go with a female now. Definitely go. Well, probably you guys won't know this name, but she actually has a daughter in WWE now, and that is none other than Paige's mother, Saraya Knight. Saraya Knight, sweet Saraya Knight. Now we're going indie. You've never seen Paige's mother wrestle, or just when she comes out. That's legit intimidation. Like,
I told Chris this because when I look at the reviews for the people that, not only did they review the Shimmer taping, they're reviewing because they were actually there live.
Yeah.
What's the Chiefs reviews? I think it's a husband and wife. And lately they've been going to the Shimmer show. I think they started going to the Shimmer show like in 2010 or 11 or so. And when it's time for a Saraya Knight review, match to review, yeah, they've gone on to go say that they have like legitimacy fear level of Saraya Knight just skyrocketed. They've gone on record and say there is nothing wrong saying that when she is basically lurking around the arena for a victim to really get in somebody's face, you feel a presence of, oh crap, this is kind of scary. I mean, it doesn't even help that when she's lurking, she's like this.
Yeah, she's hunched over. Like, see, if nobody ever watched Shimmer, then you don't know what we're talking about. But if you want to, go on YouTube, punch in Saraya Knight, and they'll probably punch up some her Shimmer matches. And
Shimmer don't. They don't. Shimmer doesn't have a Saraya. They don't have a Saraya Knight match for. The only thing they have for Saraya Knight is when her and Paige or Brittany, when they finally exploded, when the Night's Dynasty exploded.
Okay, well,
I'll tell you something for Saraya to go to. You look at Chris might go up on YouTube, but I have still yet to watch the video. But just the thumbnail itself creeps me out. Saraya Knight is for Shine Wrestling, which at the time was like a sister promotion of Shimmer, but it's now kind of like broken off and it's become its own identity.
We're talking indie guys, so
and
you don't know.
And I think Saraya Knight is I think the thumbnail is she's cutting a promo. But the thumbnail is, remember I talked about how the Kurt Angle when he's so close to the camera you can't see past him. It's Saraya Knight close up in the camera with these bloodshot eyes, and I'm like, I went to the next. I'm searching up something for a shine, and you know you go on YouTube, you go like to the next page, like on the search results. I go on the next page, and that's the first part. I'm like, oh, I'm like, whoa, and she's just, I'm like, oh, yo, I'm like, whoa.
So I definitely, yeah, she is like, literally, guys, her song is playing, and she's just like hunched over a little bit like the Repo Man, a little hunched over, not that hunched, but enough, and she's just like walking around the ring, and it's like she's just looking because she interacts a lot, and that's one thing I love about the indie circuit of wrestling is like the more interaction with the crowd. Despite what they do here in the on the big leagues with WWE, but she's walking and she's looking for somebody, and there are times she finds somebody and it's just like target locked, engaged, and she gets in somebody's face and she'll just, I mean, one time she was just staring at this guy for like 5 minutes, and then she just locked lips on him, kissed this guy, and then walked away, and then looked again at him. I'm like, okay. As much as I would have been like, that was a little bit intimidating. Like, it's literally like,
what are you gonna do?
It's like literally she was saying like, if I could do that to you, what do you think I'll do to you if I felt like really doing more to you? That was crazy. And so anytime you guys hear JBL talking about Paige's mom, that's who we're talking about. Her whole family are wrestlers. Her brother, her father, they all wrestle. Are you gonna eat that off? So definitely, Saraya Knight, yeah, is one female. I could have put Bull Nakano up there too. I could have put Kong up there, but I decided those are a little too easy. So I said, let me go with somebody like Saraya Knight. So yeah, Saraya Knight makes my next. Very intimidating, very intimidating. But then you see her like, but then I seen her interview with the whole family. It's like she's like one of the sweetest people. It's like, yo, like how she can turn that on. It's like, wow. So definitely, Saraya Knight is definitely up there. So let's see. Anybody else leave any comments? If not, I might even go next.
Wait a minute.
Like, you're gonna intimidate him beating up on Joey Mercury? Really? Honestly, really? Let's see.
Samoa Joe.
Who put Samoa Joe? I didn't see
John.
John. Oh, okay.
Samoa
Yeah.
Joe, there have been plenty of times.
Yeah.
I find Samoa Joe to be pretty intimidating.
Joe, definitely, John. I will say that. There are times I'm just like, yo, don't stare at this guy. Like, the stares he give you is like,
it's called the Kubrick stare.
Yeah, Kubrick stare.
When it's like an overcast over your eyes, that's the Kubrick stare.
He definitely is one of those guys you're like legitimately intimidated by. Like, even before he even says like something like, because I'm gonna go, Joe, I'm gonna kill you or something, like, no, just him, just even when like NXT that happened, he was looking at Owens and it was just like, yo, like, oh God, he just pushed. It's just like, damn. So definitely, John, I will agree. I'll definitely agree with that. Joe definitely is up there. I will put him up there.
Number four. You know, know him as Jolly Old Mick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
But you'd be lying if you said that Mick Foley cannot turn on that switch and become one of the most scariest guys
Hell yeah.
ever.
Hell yes.
That
Mick
when
Foley.
you see stuff from his ECW as Cactus Jack, and you see Mick now, he's this jolly guy, and he's this jolly guy and one of the most nicest guys you could ever meet. And you see him, he's Cactus Jack. And you see when he's supposed to be really dead serious, and then when he's Cactus Jack, and you can't see his mouth. You can't see his mouth, and he's just standing like, he was staring at Triple H. Triple H was trying to come to the ring, and he's just smiling. It's like, yo. So I mean, Mick Foley. We now know him as one of the most nicest guys, and he is one of the most nicest guys. But when he's Cactus Jack or when he's only dead serious, my God, he is freaking frightening.
Yeah, Mick can turn it on. Mick can turn it on. I mean, and to see that,
like he made, like, as I put it, when example, look when he's shooting with Edge, and Edge was like, over the years you become like a Muppet, like some cute teddy bear. Mick, you're pathetic. And then Mick, when they start fighting, and they start brawling, and then Mick, you realize what you've done, and he still got the freaking thumbtacks, and he's smiling, and I'm like, yo, and then he's just sitting in the corner nibbling on the bar. I was like, what the hell is he doing? So, I mean, and then you look at
the first time someone actually kicked out of that.
Yeah, I think.
Oh my God! What a kick! Or cuz, how about the time when Mick he literally bust himself open?
Oh yeah!
It's like, yo, this dude just punches like he just started hitting himself, and it busted open. Like, it's like, that's intimidating.
Even his promo. What the hell? Look out! Look out!
He's not gonna do anything.
He's not gonna do the curb stop. Even after, like, the promo he cut after WrestleMania 14, no, the Raw after WrestleMania 14, and he was like deeply upset that when him and Terry Funk got beat up by the new DX, the crowd, instead of chanting for him or Terry, they chanted for Austin. And he's cutting his promo, and then I bring it up again because it's very intimidating with certain people. Mick does the Kubrick stare, and he's like, after 14 years, it's like, it's not worth it. It's like, yo, like, don't do that ever again. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I look at title contention. They got Kane's music. I think he gave the title back.
Yeah, well, he's gonna go back and get it. He's gonna take it. Beat Rollins. Joey Mercury just pinned Seth Rollins.
The WWE champion.
The mute just beat him. I got my title back. I got my. Here he comes. Yeah, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah. Oh, on the chair. Oh my God. And I'm taking the belt. Thank you very much. I took the belt.
They're
I
not
don't know
going.
why. There are a lot of legitimate, intimidating wrestlers, guys. Not
They wound it down to 5.
next 5. I was going to go there. Okay. So number 5 for me, my number 5. Would have to be. Oh man, you got yours because I'm still thinking. Okay, I got number 5.
Number 5. And it's actually a duo this time.
Oh, duo. Okay.
And it's more of the end towards the ECW one. Those damn Dudleys.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yes, you know, it's putting people through tables, you know, in WWE just like they were in ECW. But I remember the show called the Wrestling Roundtable. And they was at an ECW show back in the day, you know, the ECW ring. And they said that when they were waiting online to get into the arena one time, I don't think it was that ECW ring, it was a show in New York. And the Dudley Boys were coming to the arena. And like there was like a real presence of what the hell are they going to do, because in ECW the Dudley Boys used to get white heat, which means they got real heat where fans legitimately wanted their head, their heads. You know, the Dudley Boys, they would like cross whatever boundaries it was. I remember on Botchamania, you know, they was telling this young kid fan like that, you know, that big dick Dudley, like raped your father and everything, to the point where the kid, where the fan, because the kid was on like the balcony part, and the fans were actually helping him get down to the lower level for he could actually get at the Dudleys. That's how, and the Dudleys, they would really strike fear into people. They were they were the realest heels in ECW. They were not the people you love to hate, like, oh man, they're so cool. And ECW is like, it was like those damn Dudleys, like, yo, I effing hate them. Like, we really hate the Dudleys. They were more intimidating in ECW than they ever were in WWE and in TNA. Because they would, like how we talk about, Saraya Knight will pick out people like to really victimize. The Dudleys would do the same thing, but really go like up to 11. I mean, you got Devon was calling it, then, you know, jump, jump, and like, yo, it's like, this is all part of the act, right? Like, you may be thinking this is a plant in the crowd, right? Oh, this is a legit band that they are really razzing on and really antagonistic to the point where they're hopping over the guardrail and the security guy, like, all right, you know, you're gonna have to back up. Like, I know they're really going for, but hey, you're gonna have to go back over the crowd. So yeah, the Dudley Boys, especially hearing from, you know, with Eric and oh gosh, forgetting the guy from Wrestling Roundtable, because they were there. They experienced that in person. So yeah, they've experienced that. Yeah, the Dudley Boys and ECW, man, you never knew what you were gonna get. And this is how bad the heat for Dudley Boys got. Because Bob and them always said, there'd be times where after a show, there'll be people waiting for them, like with pipes and stuff. Like, you remember all the stuff you said during the show? All right, now we're gonna get you. And the all right, you guys gonna have to like. That's how heel the Dudley Boys were. They got that real, what they call white heat.
Yeah, that's white heat. Yeah, that's the white heat.
John, going to tell you with this one, but the Sandman. This is the reason why I find the Sandman intimidating. I don't want to be no. This is what I just found. The only thing I found intimidating about Sandman. I don't want to be staring at that face, that mug for a long time.
Yeah.
But I got like, well, I'm just gonna be bobbing and waiting for he's just gonna pass up from all the booze, you know. And if he don't have that stick, I'm pretty good.
I'm trying to think of my last. All right,
man,
number five.
Close
All
this.
right, I guess I have to go with them because they were legitimate. I'll go with a tag team, another tag team. Probably one of the greatest tag team ever in professional wrestling. LOD. Though that's a tag team I always wanted to meet. I've seen them live. I have seen them live. Yeah, at that event back in the day. Back in the day when they were at Madison Square Garden and stuff. They were legitimately intimidating.
That's when you see them with. That's when you see them with the black.
When they're all coming out now. Once again, not stereotyping anybody, but when you see people like when you see individuals with that type of hairstyle, the mohawk and big, and you get a little bit of an factor of like, okay, they're like some guys you don't want to be messing with, you know, and like let alone when they were back in the AWA and all that, when they had their all black, when they looked like they were coming out of Mad Max, that shit was intimidating. It's like
out of faces,
yeah.
Animals was the more because he's just
and
that like, face things make it look worse. I was like, oh,
Animals was the worst, but literally, those two guys were very intimidating, and the intimidating factor didn't end when they would return. I mean, sure they had their ups and downs, but still, like, there's some time you look at, yo, what am I getting in the ring with now? Like, it was some scary shit right there, especially for me.
There's an honorary mention.
All right, closing out with honorary mention.
I was trying to actually put it down, but you know what? Let me go with Eddie and Nick because you know my people find those a little bit more surprising. Honorary mention. Honorary mention. Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner is legitimately intimidating because it's like with Ken Shamrock, he is like the type where you can say the littlest thing and it might set him off. And try to just hook you like, yo, what the hell is wrong with you? It's like Scott Steiner was that unpredictable to the point where it's like, you know,
go ahead.
A, you don't know what he's going to say. B, you might not even be able to make out what he's saying. Mm-hmm. He might be saying some threat, but he's like, wait, what did you say? A wop? Like,
Scott Steiner.
Yes, but he also looks like he's like a legitimate hothead. And when Steve told me that Lance Storm said that there was one time where he was him and DDP was really fighting. He had like DDP on the floor, and Lance Storm thought it was like a backstage kid. Next, he see like Booker T and them trying to break it. Like, oh shoot, this is real. And then it's like, yo, but the real honorary mention, because see, I wish Steve was here because me and him had a field day talking about it. But maybe one of the most intimidating guys, legitimately intimidating guys that ever stepped foot in the wrestling ring is Meng.
I left that out. I was gonna say no. I was like, none of the Samoans or Islanders, but yeah, okay.
It's Meng.
Yeah.
Man, I think he's got a website just full of his stories. Of this guy, there's this story where he bit a freaking chunk out of a guy's back. Yeah. He took on 8 cops and took Mason to fit and breathed and just like breathed it all. He breathed it all in. Like, is that the best you can do? He What else this guy did? And I think in Japan, he got so angry at this guy because I think the guy talked like smack about him, like try to get him like deported or something from Japan, whatever. And when he found out, he threw the guy from a 2-story building, and the guy maybe didn't kill him, maybe didn't get killed, but he was crucially injured.
Yeah.
And I think from there on, Meng was officially banned to ever have a wrestling match in Japan ever again. So Meng, and if anything is now when Steve showed me this video, this later video of Meng, and it's like some car dealership, and he's like, I promise I will keep your car safe. And it's like, man, it's like, man, you know, I hope I go if I get in a car crash, I'm telling Meng who got me in that car crash, but I can send Meng after like, you remember when you bumped into my car, Meng, get him. Like, man, so Meng, this guy's story, who bites a chunk out of a guy's back, and then it was like he ripped this guy's tongue out. It's like, shoot, it's like, I don't want to be effing around with that guy. Like, I don't want to mess around with that. Like this baby face killer. Man got like that babyish face. I don't want to be messing around with this guy. I don't.
But yeah, guys, those are a couple of very legitimate, intimidating wrestlers. You guys can continue to keep putting your choices in the comment section below. Next time you'll see us, we will be doing our Money in the Bank review.
Yeah, look at that. Just
yeah, see how quick that is. You know, it's like we're gonna be doing a pay-per-view review. We're gonna do a review on another pay-per-view that was only what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, because last week we did on Elimination Chamber.
We did on pretty much 2 before, and now we're gonna do another one. Whatever, but we're gonna see. We'll pretty much look. Honestly, I'm coming into now these pay-per-views now like, okay, whatever. Like, okay, am I gonna? Maybe there's someone that's gonna give me a shock moment or something.
I really think that Ambrose. I have no doubts in Ambrose and Rollins.
Yeah,
and I have no doubts. Even though I would have liked for the Owens and Cena for there to be a little bit of a more of a break, like a little space in between the rematch from their first match, but no, punches fall where they made, so cards fall where they made. So 2 weeks, was now happening again. So I don't doubt Owens and Cena being a great match, and I certainly don't doubt Rollins and Ambrose and this being a ladder match. Not going out on limb saying it's going to be Razor and Shawn or Shawn and Jericho or even Taker and Jeff Hardy. But what they did in the Hell in a Cell, you imagine what they did in the Hell in a Cell. Can you just imagine the crazy stuff they might pull off in a ladder match?
So honestly, there are 3 matches that I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, there's 3.
So you're looking forward to the Money in the Bank match?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm always looking forward to seeing that. Like, who's gonna get the briefcase? Even as much as I've always complained about the Money in the Bank, I'm not the biggest supporter of that in terms of how everybody cashes it in and things like that. But I am always looking forward to seeing who's gonna steal the show, who's gonna be a highlight, who's going to who's gonna take the briefcase this time. The Ryback and Big Show match, I'm hoping, I'm pulling for Ryback. That damn right. I hate transitional champions. I hate that. And as much as sometimes I do laugh at it, but deep down I hate it. It's like, wow, y'all just took the belt like that.
And it's not because the person's injured. Yeah. If you find out, okay, this person was injured, okay, I get it.
But You know, Ryback and Show. Yeah, honestly, does Big Show need the IC title? No. Does he need to help push over Ryback? Yes. So I'm hoping to see Ryback go over, as you know, and kind of give him more of a.
I just hope Miz don't get involved.
Yeah, that's who I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that fool is gonna get involved. Miz is gonna be butthurt. And for all those who don't know what that means, especially if you're from not in the States, it means he's angry and pissed off and upset because the spotlight's not on him, like the spotlight has ever really been on him. You know, the dude could just leave WWE and just go do your corny ass movies. That's all I care. Yeah, I've seen his, and you know, it's just like what he needs to do is stick to like those comedies and douchebag stuff, because action-wise, he is not a legitimate action star to me. He's not.
I'm the Marine.
Yeah, I'm the Marine, damn it. Yeah, right. Whatever. Like, give me a break. What else match? There's a Page match. All right, look. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I think it is time for that belt to leave, you know, the Bellas, because once again, WWE does this every time with them. It's like you had them. What do we had them? We had them faces, and then we had them heels, and then all of a sudden they turn face.
They turned face by default.
And now
there was really no moment where you said, "Oh, that was the face turn." No, it was just face by default because of Naomi and Tamina.
And now they are supposedly heel again.
Well, and I don't know, because for some reason Nikki Summer wrestled more like the heel in that match against Nikki. Nikki played the role of the face.
Yeah.
But in terms, I guess when the Page match comes, yes.
You know, it's sad that I guess literally what they were saying was like, Naomi's done. It's just like, oh, that's messed up. But you know, it is what it is. I'm like, yo, get it over. You know, it's like in terms of the main stage, I never really get too excited about the matches as much, you know, and especially when you look at the quality of NXT, it's like,
you weren't excited about Owens and Sam.
I was excited. Yeah, I was excited about that. And so, and then there's the kickoff. We rarely watch the kickoff matches anymore.
You got the primetime play versus.
Yeah, I think there's a tag team match, and hopefully the primetime players win it. You know,
before they broke up, I've always said I would not have mind the primetime players having a title ring.
Hopefully they win it. I would not be. I'm all for them winning it. I mean, they came back together. The way they came back together was more legit than a lot of teams that get back together. You know, they broke up. We didn't see them for a while together. It was kind of like a little bit of a feud between them. They went like, you know, where they went. You know, Darren got hurt. We didn't see him for a while, and then they come back together, and it was like, yo, they did.
Well, I still think they could do a better job building up and come back together.
Yeah.
They just came out of nowhere, like, okay, the primetime players are back together.
They're gelling together. So, you know, I'm not saying that Kofi and the gang, the bluish trio, you know, are not.
You mean the new BWO?
Yeah, the new BWO. There we go. That's a good one. Hashtag the new day, new blue BWO. You know, look, we listened to Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast, and he said he enjoyed it. He enjoys them being heel. And you know, I'm still on the cuff of Kofi, but
in terms of in-ring wise, I'm still not sold on Kofi if he's really gelling or he's really adapted to being a heel.
Right.
I don't see. It still seems like I've been so used to, you know, having to entertain the crowd with my high flying that now that I'm heel, you know, I got to be more grounded and everything. And I don't think he's really adjusted to that as some quickly do, like, you know, a Tyson Kidd or a Seth Rollins or even an Owen Hart.
So, but other than that, guys, you know, it's not that we're not looking forward to the Money in the Bank, pay-per-view. It's just that, they're coming so fast now, and
that's all gonna stop now because Battleground is July 19th, so they got a month. It's gonna be a month until the next pay-per-view.
All right, good. See, so they got a month to build.
Like, don't forget, it would never been like that for Money in the Bank if they did not do that last-minute Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, so
which wasn't even a pay-per-view. It was a really a network exclusive. No pay-per-view provider showed Elimination Chamber.
Okay, but
remember they only did that to capitalize on that free May.
Yeah, that free May. But other than that, we'll see what it is. It is what it is, guys. We'll see what exactly is going to be brought to brought to us and how we look at it, and we'll give our opinions on it. Give our honest opinion. But other than that, guys, we want to thank everybody who came out as always to hang out with us and talk wrestling. As always. And it's always good to hear from pretty much the usual pack. That's what I'll start calling them, the usual pack. And then there's sometimes you get new people coming in, and then then you add them to the pack, and it's just like, welcome to the pack. You run with the pack and you enjoy with the pack. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Oh yeah, there was one more thing I wanted to mention. Wednesday, and I'm also going to plug it up on my Twitter. Wednesday, be here where I do my 300th. I hit 300th opinion spot. And it's going to be live. And I got a lot of topics that I'm going to be hitting in that live segment. I'm going to be talking about the casting wise, rumor casting, what with Jason Statham, Matthew McConaughey, Storm's the certain hairstyle that Storm may be having in the next X-Men movie. I'm going to talk about, of course, what's going on with Marvel in terms of what's going to happen post Secret War. There's going to be a lot of topics I'm going to be talking about for my 300th opinion spot, guys. So hope you guys come out and enjoy it. But other than that, guys, you guys take care, and we'll see you guys next time.
And remember, in terms of money, the money is the same green on the other side.
Wait, what?
You never heard the saying the grass is always greener?
Yeah, I know that one.
In terms of money, the green it's always green. It's still the same green on the other side of the dollar. It's not greener.
Okay. But other than that, guys, you guys take care. We'll see you guys next time. Well, next week. Take care.